the bow. Next, we will be exploring the upper half of the bow. This time, we are going to start at the point of the bow, and we will be bowing towards the middle, towards that marker is. So, when the bow travels in the direction from the point of the heel, this way, it's called up bow. The other direction, from heel to point, is called down bow, and you can see your arm goes down into the down bow. So we're going this time to start on the E string, on an up bow, and I want you to make sure that you push your bow arm forward when you start it, like that. And we are going to be playing 4 times on each string with half bows on the upper half. Here we go. Straighten your arm to stretch your arm out right in front of you. So that means that you're playing nicely with long bows. So well done. If your arms are a bit tired from holding up the violin or from bowing, that's completely normal. So let's put the bow and the violin down for a moment. Let's take a short break and swing the long bows, and we'll play 4 times each string. And this time I want you to focus on keeping this right shoulder down. But at the same time, your right elbow will need to be adapting for the right string level. That may be very confusing, and I will show you and talk you through what I mean as we go along, so we'll take it slowly. So I'm going to start on the G string here, so my elbow in this is in its highest position, and I want you to check that your shoulder is in its lowest position, so your elbow is high, your shoulder is low. Let's do 4 times on G. Next we're going to go to the D string. So that means my elbow is going to lower a little bit so that I get the correct level for the D string. Make sure now that you drop your shoulder down. Off we go. We'll play 4 long notes on D. A string, so my elbow is going to go down a little bit so that my bow moves towards the A string, and I want you to check again that your shoulder is in its lowest position, and we'll play the A 4 times. Great. We'll do the same with the E string, so my elbow lowers yet further, and I'm just checking that my shoulder is in its lowest position as well. Off we go. I commend you for sticking with me today and for trying such technical exercises at this early stage of your learning. I introduced this early because it will help you a great deal later on to have this technique nailed from the start. So well done. Make sure that your violin is right by your ear, right high on your shoulder,
warming up my
and that your jaw
for
is
the
on
long
the
bow.
rest. Your violin is slightly angled sideways, and my violin teacher used to say, you hold the violin with a little bit of yes and a little bit of no, and that is probably about right. So let's get started on the G string, and we are going to play 8 long bows on each of the strings going up towards E. So make sure you leave the bow on the string all the time. You don't lift your bow off in between strings or in between bow strokes. As we go along, please check that you're playing with straight bows, so your bow is going to travel at about 1 centimetre from the bridge, and you're also going to try and bow your bow arm forward. And if this is new to you, please check out day 1 in this series of video lessons. So here we go, starting on the G string, 8 times each note. Now that we have played all 4 strings, we're going to go from the E string downwards to the G string, also 8 times each bow, as we did just now. The difference this time is that I would like you to focus on your elbow levels. So you should find yourself now with your elbow in its lowest position on the E string, and as you get to a lower string, your elbow should gradually get a little bit higher. Be sure also to leave your right shoulder low. Here we go, starting on the E string. Raise your elbow slightly now. Leave your bow on the string and raise your elbow gradually so that you move from the A string to the D string. My elbow goes up to go to G. Well done. You should by now be able to play fairly smooth bow strokes, and you should gradually reduce the number of unintentional other sounds that you may have been making. If your arms feel a bit tired after all this playing, that's quite normal. Give them a short rest before we carry on. You are building stamina all the time, and that's a good thing. Next, use your ring finger to pluck the D string. Then you pluck the A string with your middle finger. Nope. And your index finger is for the E string. This exercise will make your left hand fingers stronger, and it encourages the left shoulder to start opening up more, ready for when we will be learning the left hand fingers in the next lesson. We will be going one step further now though, and move your left hand back to the beginning of the string. Can you now swing your left elbow underneath the violin without moving the violin too much? We are always, as you notice, practicing flexibility of that left hand. And I'm so excited because you have come such a long way on your violin, and now you have all the essential ingredients for a good technique. I congratulate you for sticking with me all that time. I always like to take quite a long time on open strings because it is just so helpful, and it will make you progress so much faster at the next stage. You have still got your marker in the middle of your bow that we put on in lesson 2. We are going to start at the heel of the bow now. My left hand comes back to where we used to hold it, and we're going to start on the G string. Let's go up to your sticker and back 8 times on each string, and I encourage you to use your elbow levels and to make sure that you're not pressing too hard into the strings. So we are aiming for smooth bow strokes, and I want you to check that you leave your bow on the string all the time. So 8 times short bows starting on E. Let's check over your bow hold. And here we go. Adjust your elbow level for A. Move your elbow up so your bow goes to the D string. Without raising your shoulder for the G string. Next, we are going to play on the upper half of the bow, which is the area between your marker and the point of the bow. Start on the E string this time and work your way all the way to G and back, playing 8 times on each string. So make sure you set yourself with your arm already forwards rather than like that. So make sure your arm is stretched forward in front of your body. Here we go. With a straight arm, move your elbow level up to go to A. Move your elbow up even further, so we go to the E string. Go to the G string. And now gradually drop your elbow again, so we go back to the D string. Drop it again to go to the A string, all the while staying at that upper half of the bow. And lastly, we drop our elbow even further so we arrive in the E string. Stretch yourself, why not combine some long bows now with short bows on a string of your choice? Let me give you an example. I'm going to pick even numbers, for instance 4 long bows followed by 4 short bows on the A string. I'm going to start at the heel of the bow. So 4 long followed by 4 short on A. I'll give you another example. I'm going to play on the G string and I'm going to play from the point of the bow, 2 long bows and 4 short bows. So I'm going to go on the G string, starting at the point, 2 long, 4 short. Bows and a number of short bows. Stick with the even numbers though, and off you go. And it's just stretching yourself a little bit. It's very good practice and it builds stamina. I will give you another example. I'm going to play on the D string and I'm going to play 6 short bows followed by 8 long bows, and I'm starting at the heel of the bow this time. 6 short, 8 long. Before we wrap up for today, I would like you to review again page 21 in your Suzuki Book 1, so you keep up to date with what E strings and A strings look like in music. We discussed this in the Day 2 video, so do watch that again if you want to refresh your memory. Well done everyone, you have made such good progress and I'm in awe of what you have achieved so far. If you have any comments or questions, please write these in the comments section below. If you have enjoyed this video, do please like it and share it with anyone who you think may be interested in learning to play violin. We are all in this together and I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you again in Day 4.